Hello, everyone, and welcome back to... Oh, my goodness, excuse me. I just got done eating part of a sandwich, so a little bit got stuck in my throat. But welcome, everybody. Welcome back to another day of IGL casting. We've got 4 matches on the card tonight. The first one of which is going to be starting in just a couple moments. Suspension Esports versus DayDrinking. A US East 3v3 match coming out of Tier 3 Division 17. Let me I'll send out the lobby info to the captains, and we'll take a quick look at the rosters while we wait for them to join in. So there we go, all sent. And once they load, there we go. Now we'll transition over, and we'll look at both of these teams. On your left, you've got Suspension Esports, represented by 3 players, Fizzy, Square, Healer, 928, and PT Vincent. And on your right-hand side, we've got 4 players for DayDrinking, Czar 235, ELZ, Salinas, Babs, and Drew. Now, it doesn't look like Suspension Esports has played any matches this circuit yet, at least for 3v3s. I'm not sure if it's because of not having a week 1 match or if they had a forfeit. I am trying to look that up right now. Let's see. Suspension Esports. And oh, that's strange. They just don't have their stats aren't uploaded. That's okay. That's weird. Well, they are currently 1-0. They took a 3-1 win over Assorted Jelly Beans. So, unfortunately, we don't have anything to go off of in terms of who's playing what role or anything like that. But we do know that they're off to a good start, at least. Now, on the DayDrinking side, they only needed to use 3 of their players last week. Babs did not make an appearance, at least it appears. But they also went 1-0, so the substitution's not particularly needed or necessary. Got 2 players leading the offensive line through Drew and Salinas. And then Salinas also leading the defense, putting in the most saves, and they and Czar are tied on assists. So it looks like Salinas had a very good week 1. We'll look for them to be strong once again this week. And everybody's in the lobby, so it looks like we can get going right away. Awesome, awesome. Is everybody in? Are we missing somebody? Oh, no, there we go. Just had to make sure that everybody was getting into the lobby. But we've got Suspension Esports, and we've got DayDrinking. Oh, no. Let's fix that so that... There we go. Now that I know how to fix that, at some point last circuit, I was accidentally pressing my J key instead of H. And so, instead of showing the people's names, it just showed numbers for the appropriate like keyboard button that we had to press to view their angle. And I was so confused as to why it would do it sometimes, and I finally figured out that it was because I was pressing that J key. So, not gonna happen this time. As we go through the first 30 seconds, and it's still a stalemate. Elsko tries to get it out past the midfield, but it was blocked at the midline. Babs with a whiff, and Vincent trying to put a shot on target. It goes, I believe, off the woodwork. But it was a pixel-perfect shot from Vincent, who's looked a bit stuck on that wall, but after the whiff, had a very nice opportunity to turn to the inside, get a shot, and you absolutely cannot put it more top corner than that. A beautifully placed shot to get Suspension Esports Started off on the right foot. And Babs might have a response. They popped up their touch a little bit too high, and it didn't give them the time to get behind it and put the shot on target. DayDrinking still trying to make the opportunity count with some high pressure. Square Healer and Vincent getting dunked near the blue corner. And Babs trying to get a touch inside of Vincent. Doesn't get it very far as Drew cuts in. Elsko was up pretty early and doesn't make the correct read. Vincent able to buy their team a little bit of time by getting that ball away from a dangerous spot. It might be a great transition goal. And it is Square Healer 9-8 with the second goal for Suspension Esports. It was great pressure from Vincent, sticking with the play to try to buy some time and put a little bit of pressure on DayDrinking if they could. It has surely worked out, as that DayDrinking defender could not get behind the ball quick enough. It crawls over the line. A 2-goal deficit early for DayDrinking. I'll have to clean it up a little bit, but that might be a great way to get back into it. Drew's shot was saved by Vincent. Square Healer gonna give that ball away to Drew, realizing that they touched it a little bit too far away. Drew, the touch inside. Healer and Fizzy were waiting there. Fizzy puts it to the backboard. Is there a follow-up from Square Healer? There is, and it's gonna get past the last defender. Not even at halftime, and Suspension Esports already have 3. Babs turned a little bit... I say it's a little bit too deep into the net. They still could have gotten there. But I think perhaps waiting on the goal line would have been the better decision there. Easy for me to say because I can view the replay and all of that jazz. I can see the whole field on from my point of view. Moving back and forth between all these players. But we've now hit that halfway point. Suspension Esports in a very good position getting this series started. Game number 1 looks like it will go their way if nothing else changes. Fizzy up trying to put a shot on, and that is going to be number 4. 1 goal, 1 assist for Fizzy, who gets a nice pinch up to the ceiling and a quick beat on the next defender, putting it completely out of reach of Babs if they had even been in net. Rotating in a little bit too late, unfortunately for them. And Vincent looking for a 5th one. That one's going to be a little bit wide, and Drew touches it away. Vincent looked for the cut. Fizzy couldn't get there either. Oh, and the missed opportunity for DayDrinking. It could have been a good way to get, at the very least, a consolation goal. Get some momentum going for the last 2 minutes or so of this game. But they'll have to wait a little bit longer to get on the scoreboard. Drew gets bumped away by Vincent. Elsko with a nice 50 to keep it near the blue backboard. Try to build a little bit of pressure on Suspension Esports. And Fugert! What's up, my man? Great to see ya. Thanks for stopping by. And also thanks to I'm Too Hasty, who followed before the stream started. What's up, Sir Easy? Babs and Drew were both looking to get on that ball. Drew takes a shot and is going to get a pass inside after a little bit of a pop-up. Drew, the back pass to Babs, who's going to keep the ball moving around. Elsko almost getting that touch. Square Healer doesn't get it before Drew can put in a challenge. 30 seconds left. Suspension Esports, not as much pressure as they had earlier in the match, but still in a very comfortable position. As DayDrinking they're struggling to break that second to last lock. Try to get those get those great passes in to unleash some really good shots on the net. No clear-cut chances for DayDrinking at this point. But that is something they will surely have to work on in game number 2, because Suspension Esports are going to take game number 1 by a 4-0 scoreline. I've been doing well, Foog. Easy day at work today. And now I get to cast some IGL matches. We got 4 tonight. The first of which is, of course, Suspension Esports versus DayDrinking. Second one will be at 8 p.m. Central, Honey Badgers versus BK Cosmic Fatality. At 9 p.m. Central, Coach Potebros versus Odorant Doom Metuant. And then at 10 p.m., Empire Rough Riders versus Untitled Goose Team. And it looks like we are going to see a substitution for DayDrinking. The captain, Czar, coming in for Elsco. Looks like these teams don't need to wait that full minute of the scoreboard. They're more than willing to skip ahead, go on to the next game. I won't keep them longer. Let's head into game number 2 between Suspension Esports and DayDrinking. Suspension Esports taking game number 1 in a pretty commanding fashion. 4-0 was the final scoreline. Didn't see a whole lot of great opportunities from DayDrinking, but maybe they're just getting started. Maybe the change to bring Czar in will get the team moving just a little bit smoother. Get those gears turning a little better. Fizzy puts it off the corner. No teammate ready to put a challenge on him. Babs tries to get it through Vincent. Fizzy to the backboard. Already there. Babs clears it to the midline, but it's stopped pretty easily by Square Healer, who gets another stop, but Drew with the pick and the flick, and it takes a great save from Vincent to prevent DayDrinking from getting their first goal of this game and of the series. The pass from Babs is a great idea, but Drew had come in just a little bit too close to the net. The opportunity has passed, but the momentum on offense has not for the moment. But that might be a goal for Vincent, who looks to get the final touch and whiffs. Drew is able to take it off the goal line, and Czar, I think, tried going for the pinch, but only sent it closer towards their net. Czar and Babs both going for it, but a couple bumps here and there. And another chance on the counter wasted by DayDrinking. Fizzy picks up on the inside. Babs on the retreat. Fizzy to the opposite post. Catches the orange defender backflipping. And we have a 1-0 scoreline once again in favor of Suspension Esports. I guess an early warning that there is a storm coming through in my area, a light one, but if power gets knocked out for whatever reason, that would be why. Babs, the pop-up blocked well by Fizz, who's going to continue with it in the corner, stopped by Czar. Vincent past the third defender. Babs is on the retreat. The shot is wide. This will give Babs some time to bring the ball out. They've gotten it past Fizz, but Fizz did get the second touch. Czar with the dunk at midfield. Went for it. It was a little bit too hopeful from them. Czar does well to get up really early and make that challenge. Goes for the demo on Square Healer. Seen a couple physical plays already. Something we didn't really have much of in game number 1. And perhaps that's DayDrinking adapting, trying to open up a couple extra opportunities by eliminating the third defender. Unfortunately for them, the demos haven't been particularly well timed, and they're usually found when there's not a shooting opportunity for one of their teammates. So maybe a little bit of pace. I like the idea of bringing out the physical plays as a way of opening up this suspension defense, which has looked very strong so far. But I think DayDrinking will still have to be a little bit more patient and choose the right time to make those physical plays. But Fizzy, off the backboard, got it past two of them and was able to beat the third defender at midfield. And with the net gaping, Suspension Esports has a 2-0 lead with a minute 40 left on that clock. Hey, Sweep. How you doing? Vincent's shot saved by Babs. Square Healer turned away from it because they thought Babs had the ball, but this is going to allow Suspension to go on the counter. Delayed challenge from Vincent to come in as that third man, but they do eventually come in. Fizz is going to be a lot quicker this time on it. Puts it towards the orange backboard. Drew with the air dribble. Looks to have some good control over of it. Gets a final touch on the backboard. Oh, the orange players are coming in, and Drew puts it off the backboard. Oh, no. Zara had an opportunity, and then Drew had an opportunity. But DayDrinking could not take advantage of it. 30 seconds left. They still have not found their first goal in this series. And it spells trouble for them. Oh, Drew might have found one. It's off the crossbar, and it still doesn't go in. Suspension Esports with some fantastic work and a hint of luck. Or not even a hint of luck, a good splash of luck. Are still keeping DayDrinking to 2 shutouts, and for the nail in the coffin, they're going to serve up a third goal, courtesy of Vincent. A great shot to end game number 2. As Suspension Esports look like they have all the answers at the moment to DayDrinking's efforts. The first game, DayDrinking wasn't really getting those right opportunities. The second time, they certainly did, but they could not make them count. Better now that I got to hear your voice. Well, my day just got better since you're here in the chat. Wow, they were all very quick to get in. But Suspension, eager to clean up this sweep and enjoy the rest of their night without having to stress about this match. DayDrinking, on the other hand, are ready to get back into this match, take on Game 3 head-on, and try to find some answers to how they can break through Suspension Esports' defense. Drew got up very quickly, and it gets behind the defenders! And finally, DayDrinking has the first goal of the entire series, squared with the pop-up, and it was very close on the follow. But a well-placed shot from Drew meant that that ball went straight towards the net, making it very difficult for the Suspension defense. A rare opportunity where they've caught them off guard. But can DayDrinking make it count? A double commit there, certainly not going to help them. Fizzy going for bumps on Drew. They managed to avoid it. Babs, oh, it's almost an O-goal, but it goes off the side post. And Zar gets a clearance away. It was awkward for Healer, but Fizzy comes through. Pushed away by Babs, but not very far. Vincent going to try to keep this play alive. The switch to Zar didn't pay immediate dividends, as they came in for Esco. But it certainly could after game number 3. Maybe they just need a game with that lineup to try to get things going. And the other 2 players already had that second game, so it's not their not much of an excuse for them anymore. But hopefully this team will start to click and they can extend this lead a bit farther. Drew to the corner, gets a second touch, making it difficult for the blue defense. Orange on transition. Popped up in a central location, but it's Square who gets there first. Zar with the flip and flips a little bit too far. That's going to be a shot for Fizzy, and it's wonderfully placed just under the crossbar. But what made that goal a lot easier is that there were no orange defenders ready in the net. There was a blue player coming in just to make sure. And it's all tied up between these 2 sides. Sorry, the transition out. Babs goes up the sidewall, tries to make a play happen, forces one of the defenders to make a mistake. Drio's shot came through, but it wasn't on target. It was very close. And Drio with the transition. Can it get past Vincent? It's a difficult touch, but they do well to push it to the corner. Square is there, but it's put it back inside by Zar. Babs off the corner again. DayDrinking trying so hard to get these crosses onto the noses of one of their teammates' cars. But it looks like it's going to be Suspension who has the best cross play yet. The shooter coming in from the midfield, getting a lot of pace and a lot of power behind that shot. But it went off the side post. And the scoreline remains at 1-0 as DayDrinking still trying to find a breakthrough. It's a goal line save from Fizzy. Not a great touch to the backboard by Vincent. Babs, the pop-up, waits for the defenders to clear out. But still, this defense holding strong and having answers to almost everything that DayDrinking can send their way. It's fantastic positioning from this defense. And if they can just break out, they might be able to secure themselves a better position in this game. But Drio with a bump, Babs with a demo. It's going to be the best chance they have, and Zar finally puts it away for DayDrinking. The bump and then the demo meant that 2 players were out of position. Fizzy has to come in a little bit quickly. But it's a well-worked play by DayDrinking to take advantage. Could they find a third one here? Dre with the big flick, and it's going to go under the bar. DayDrinking extend their lead to 2. When it just after it looked like they may not have been able to get a second goal at all. Suspension Esports not going to give up yet. They're going to continue looking for a response. 38 seconds isn't a lot of time, but we just saw DayDrinking get 2 in quick succession. Nobody says that Suspension can't either. Square pushes it back to Zar. He's going to try to further extend this lead. Miscommunication and misses from the blue defense. Madrio was in a great spot, but I don't think they're expecting the blue defense to do what they did. Babs, big 50. It's high, and Drew tries to get it inside. Babs was there, but I think they got nudged ever so slightly, and it didn't allow them to get any sideways momentum. And DayDrinking gonna avoid... Oh, I didn't update the scoreboard, but they did avoid a sweep. Oh, wait, what? Okay, there we go. And there we go. There. Wait, what? Okay, there we go. Actually, now the scoreboard is good. Finally. This was much better from DayDrinking. 14 shots. And honestly, this match could have been 5 or 6 to 1 after DayDrinking had so much pressure, but Suspension putting up 8 saves, doing their best to stop DayDrinking, who really found their stride in this match. So now we head into game number 4 between Suspension and DayDrinking. DayDrinking trying to complete the reverse sweep, and they look like they're going to be on offense as they were for a lot of game number 3. We'll see what answer Suspension has to try to prevent them from scoring as many goals as they did. They're able to hold them to shutouts in games 1 and 2. Perhaps they can switch back to whatever it is they were doing the first time. Make this 4th game a little bit easier and potentially make it the last one that they have to play tonight. Zara looks to put it on target. It's very close. It looked like it might go top corner, but it was narrowly wide. Drew, not a great touch, has to call in their teammate for help. Square gets the ceiling reset, but it's super far back, and they won't really be able to make much use of it. I like the high pressure that DayDrinking has been able to put in for the last game and a half or so. It's really allowed them to build on any sort of momentum or chance that they get. And clearly Suspension Esports hasn't been able to break out of it very well. They struggle transitioning from defense to offense whenever that pressure is coming in. I think that's really made the difference in between games 1 and 2 and what happened in games 3 and 4. We're approaching halfway and still no goals for either side. Bizarre's got the ball, tries to get it in field, but it was pushed away. Vincent gonna leave the ball for Squared and Fizzy to potentially come in again, but not able to really push into that final third the last couple tries. Square 50s with Drew, but the orange player is the one that wins it, and Vincent gets bumped by Drew as well. Square Healer gets bumped by Babs, and Orange still trying to find a way through. Suspension Esports have been inside their half for most of the game, just not able to transition out. Been a really difficult spell for them. They do not have any subs on their roster, so they can't do what DayDrinking did and say, okay guys, this isn't working anymore. You gotta change it up a bit. Let's bring on whoever it is. They offer something a little bit different and change the dynamic of the game and adjust how the team operates. But Suspension don't have that option for them, so the 3 players you see on the field are going to be the ones to try to figure it out. Vincent might have the answer, as that bounce off the ceiling was theirs to shoot. But it did get driven wide. Suspension has an opportunity to build some momentum in the orange half. Fizzy, it gets over one defender, and the last orange defender that was on the goal line got the touch, but it wasn't strong enough. Zar could only push it towards the side, but it kept its forward momentum. And the first goal of game number 4 scored within the final minute. Babs with the fake challenge picks up possession. Drew to the backboard. Babs looking to get on it again, but Zar has to come back. It's a bad touch, and they are able to get it away from the blue press, but they're going to go in search of a second one. Oh, it's a whip for the blue from the orange defender, and Fizzy may have just secured the series win for Suspension Esports. Not the best or the strongest touch off the sidewall, but nevertheless, it has beaten the orange defense, and this looks like it might be the end for DayDrinking, unless they can make something happen in the next 20 seconds. It doesn't look likely, and Square Healer might have a chance to put it inside. So close. It looks like, well, what happened to Drew? Okay. Well, I wonder if it was a connection issue. I'm not quite sure. It didn't say it was, but unfortunate for DayDrinking that they didn't have that third player to try to bring it back in the last couple seconds. But Suspension Esports takes the series win in 4 games. And we can't see Drio's stats, but only 1 shot on target between Zar and Babs. Suspension with 6. Thank you for the follow, Fizzy. GG's, and congratulations on the win. And GG's to both sides. The DayDrinking, it was a tough series for them. They really, in games 1, 2, and 4, struggled to completely break down the Suspension defense. They had more pressure in game 4, it felt like. But from the stats that we can see, it doesn't really look like it. They just weren't able to make it into anything tangible. But Suspension will move to 2-0 for the IGL 2021 Summer Circuit. DayDrinking will go to 1-1. But that is all that we have for Suspension Esports versus DayDrinking. Our next matchup is going to be at 8 p.m. Central. Honey Badgers versus BK Cosmic Fatality. And I am going to take a quick break so I can put the rest of my sandwich away. And then I'll get the overlays for the next match done as well. We'll come back. We'll play, maybe 2 casual matches. We'll see what we have time for. And then we'll get talking about our next matchup. Don't go anywhere.
This world has its way of bringing me to my knees. I don't know which way will put me back on my feet. What's best for me, my destiny. I look up and I'm scared. Oh, oh, oh. I'm in spend more time in my own mind than my own life. Drowning in tears, swim in the sea of our dreams. I spend more time in my own mind than my own life. Wanting you here, yeah, but I only see you in my dreams. I'm better when I'm sleeping, yeah. I'm better when I'm sleeping. I'm better when I, I'm better when I'm sleeping. I'm better when I'm sleeping. And you only love me when I'm sleeping. I'm better when I, I'm better when I'm sleeping. Oh. so crazy. It's so crazy.
My mic has been muted. That sucks. That's okay. Nobody's been here anyways, but thank you. Thank you for that. I've been back for like 10 minutes, but nothing important has happened. So I was supposed to cast a match, and then one of the teams had to cancel because the times were all screwed up. And then I messaged the team that previously had the slot, but I had to cancel, and then they had asked me if it was supposed to open, and I said no. So I reached out to them, and then they just said that that the other team disbanded. So there wasn't going to be a match anyways. So I was destined to not have a match at this point in time. But thank you, CHN Giel. I'm sorry if I messed it up, but thank you for the follow. The White Shack, thanks for casting aside for the game tonight. Awesome. Great to hear. But so welcome you all. I guess I'll probably just do some casuals because we still got a lot of time until the next matchup, which is obviously your match, 9 p.m. Couch Potebros versus Odorant du Metuant. Hello, Imam, coming in from Trovo. Let's see, yeah, let's hop into some. Excuse me. They have a drop shot rumble. Let's go. I've been waiting for this for a while. Oh my goodness, let me fix my camera. I'm using my laptop camera today because my USB camera was doing some funky stuff today. I figured, let's not deal with it. It's yeah, there we go. I just need to expand it a little bit. Maybe a lot of it. That looks good. Cool. All right, let's see how this goes. I'm very excited that this is here. Why does Rocket League not announce these things? They announce all of their microtransactions, but they don't tell me when Drop Shot Rumble is coming. Ridiculous. It's too bad they couldn't go to a different map besides, of course. Oh, goodness. Let's close a couple things down. Close that as well. Wow. The connection is horrible. Okay. Well. I guess we'll try that again. I have no idea what happened there. Actually, I might have an idea what happened there. Yes. All right, let me I know why. My desktop manager is eating up all my RAM. Or desktop window manager. Let's see, how can we fix this? Hmm. Well, I don't have a moving wallpaper. Run the perform. Yeah, let's not do that right now. installed. Antivirus. Jesus. All right. Hopefully this will be better. I guess we'll deal with it. See what happens. All right. Hopefully this is better. Oh my. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here and restart my laptop. That's the only way that I know right now how to fix this. Um, I don't know why it just randomly does this, but it kills my laptop whenever this happens. Desktop window manager isn't something that you can just like end in task manager, which is so stupid. Because in Windows 7 and before you could. But I don't know, maybe I can run the performance troubleshooter. Windows online troubleshooting not enabled for this version of Windows. Whatever. Performance options monitor. Visual effects. What? Software applications went wrong. It's just all the same stuff. Personalization, background picture, photos, lock screen, screensaver. Performance isn't even an option here. What's happening? See if that changes anything. How's it going? I'm just gonna, okay. Yep, I'm just gonna end the stream here and then I will come back